Live, and we are live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Free Daily Coaching on Friday Free For All. We are here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific, where Monday through Thursday, Mr. Bert Bledsoe takes a different topic every day and helps us all out. So if you don't want to miss anything, you might want to go over to www.freedailycoaching.com and sign up so you won't miss anything. And believe me, some days you would miss a lot. Bert is amazing in his ability to get things across. He amazes me sometimes. So this week, well, what we've been doing for the last few weeks is interviewing friends of Free Daily Coaching, which is Free Coaching's friends, is Bert's mastermind. And I really enjoyed interviewing this group of amazing people. So this week I'd like to welcome Mr. Steve Serie. And so get your questions ready. You know that the chat is slow, so get your questions ready. Don't wait till the very end or we might miss them. I know I've turned it off a few times just as one's coming in. So Steve, welcome to your interview.
Thanks, Chris. I'm looking forward to being here.
Steve and I were just talking about our roots and how Serie, most people pronounce it Serie, but it is Serie and it's French. We were discussing our lineage a little bit and we decided we're both nuts. Now, Steve, I've been watching you for a few weeks and I really admire you because unlike a lot of us, when we start out online, we stumble and fumble around, but you're not afraid to ask anything, and you've taken a lot of action, and I am really, really impressed with the way you do it. What did you do prior to your looking for online business?
Well, I'm a short story Minnesota farm boy, and when I got out of high school, I went into the service, into the military. So I'm retired military, and 24 years. And
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. And I always wanted to be in the military, and then I was in the defense contracting world with a consulting firm on how to do space systems support to the folks in the field, and I did that for 9 years. And then as a contractor, it's pretty risky. So because the money is, you don't know if it's there year to year for their employees, and so we finally, after about 3 rounds of cuts, got cut, and no contract, no job. So now I'm trying to write a new chapter in my life with this online marketing. I always wanted to give it a shot and see how it would go. So as of a few months ago, I joined up with MLSP with Bert, and he's been really great, helping me along and mentoring me, as well as everyone else in the group. And I met Bert through a friend of a friend here in Colorado Springs, which is where I am, and so that's how I hooked up with Bert, and he's been helping me ever since, and it's got me connected with the group here, who's everybody has been really a joy to work with and helping out. So hopefully whenever I'm asking questions, I'm not bugging people, because I got a lot of them I'm asking.
Oh, heavens no, we enjoy trying to help. We hear from the leaders a lot. People are out looking every day. That hundreds of people come online every day, looking for answers. How did you start your search looking online?
Well, I got into MLSP right away, so I just followed the steps
How
that
did you
they're
find
training. Oh, I went to started with Google, went to Google, and then just started or not Facebooking, but searching for MLM groups, small businesses, online businesses, those kinds of searches. And then when I got those, I put those into I brought up Facebook and then put them in the search bar of Facebook, looking for the groups that do that. And then I just started joining groups, and I joined 4 or 5 a day, I guess, something like that. I didn't want to get too over, get Facebook mad at me. So I just followed the steps that the trainings told in MLSP. And so now I think I'm around 100 groups or 100 plus groups that I'm in. And that's how I ended up finding it. I'm still trying to narrow it down a little bit. I'm kind of I am a baby boomer, so I'm trying to focus in that area. People who don't really know the internet yet, maybe they're retired, they want to do get some extra income, or maybe they are in my position where they're out of a job and ex-military and need to try something new, and I'm also finally looking at starting looking at the Wounded Warriors Project to see if there's a fit there with maybe wounded warriors who would want to do this job, do this online marketing job. So I've got an email out to them to see if this would be a fit, and waiting to hear back.
Absolutely. That's a great job narrowing down your niche and looking for your avatar.
Yeah, it is. So
did MLSP just show up in a group?
Yes, it did actually. But I had joined it already, but it did show up as a group.
So there you go, people. What the leaders tell us is true. People start Googling, looking for answers. So having our content out there really, really helps.
Absolutely. I also did. I found that my blog is not quite set up yet, so I start reblogging MLSP's blog that comes out periodically. And I found that when I do that, add a little text to it myself, that the other day I was on the first page of Google. So whatever juice they have in that blog is pretty good.
Well, I know that Sites seems to have a lot of Google juice. They must really have that optimized.
Yeah.
So we're lucky that it's part of our package. I mean, when you think about the membership itself and what we get, if you pieced it out, it would cost a heck of a lot more money than what we pay.
Oh, absolutely. I've done some research before I found MLSP and Bert, and tried a few things. I'm trying to get into, or I'm a real estate investor as well, so I was looking at groups there too, and that were MLMs, and you pay twice as much for half of what you get with MLSP.
I agree. And if there's anyone on here that doesn't know what MLSP is and somebody invited you here, be sure to get back to that person and have them tell you more about it, because it is awesome. And this is not a selling webinar, but we can't help but talk about something that is as great as MLSP is.
That's true, and for me, I'm working on like integrating it into my life. you know, kind of thing. Because it really is. Because I joined the military and was a consultant and all that because I love helping people, and I love you know, doing things like that. And you know, that's what, to me, MLSP is all about. You know, and that's what I taught. That's what drew me to them.
There's structure there, which military life is structured.
Yes.
And so there's structure there. And I know what you mean about defense contractors. My son works for Lockheed, so.
Oh, okay.
That's when we were talking about Edwards Air Force Base. That's where he goes every morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked with a company called Booz Allen Hamilton. They're a pretty big consulting firm, and we always worked with Lockheed Martin and all the other defense contractors as well. So Lockheed Martin's a pretty good company.
Yeah, he's been with them for quite a while now. When he got out of the Navy.
Ah, okay.
So I've noticed something about you lately. You've been posting in a lot of groups as per the instructions you were given from Miss Hockman.
Right.
And I loved your post with the guy in jail.
Oh, I love that guy.
So you got thrown in Facebook jail.
I did.
And what did you do to work around it?
What I did was two things. I found out that I could still post on my fan page, business fan page, and also on my profile page, my personal page. And so that's what I did, and then I shared them publicly. I took it easy on my personal page because I wasn't quite sure how much I could put on there, since Facebook doesn't really like that. So I started doing that, and then took the ads to Twitter and Instagram as well, to try and keep some momentum going there at least. But I found out last night I'm out of jail. So.
So that's your other two strategies, is Twitter and Instagram?
Right.
And how are they working for you?
I'm just getting started on them, so I've got some followers. I still have to take some time and do the Twitter and Instagram training to see to answer some of my questions about them, because I just dove in and just started doing things, and you know, and I'm not quite sure if I'm doing everything exactly right.
Do you know who Mark Lalone is?
Oh, I do. Yeah, and in fact, I get emails from him, and we chat periodically through the week, and
I know that
he's helped me a lot.
I know that he's got an excellent Twitter training. Yeah,
that's my plan, to take that too, and then maybe look at Periscope, because that's kind of the next. He is. I saw one small video on Periscope with him, and it seems to be the next newest shiny object that everybody's going after. So.
Yeah, that and Blab, and now the new Facebook Live.
Yeah, I haven't checked out Blab or Facebook Live yet, so I'm glad you mentioned that. I'll put that on my list too.
Well, I have an iPad, but it's still not. The Live still is not showing up on my iPad yet. I don't know, but if it's because it's an older iPad or what. So, tell me, what is your daily method of operation? What do you do from the time you get up until the time you go to bed?
Well, it's when I get up in the morning, what I usually do is get a cup of coffee and take some and do 15, 20 minutes or so of meditation. Just sit down and calm myself and get ready for the day, and then I'll do the Bert's wake up calls. I'll get on those, and then followed up by the MLSP wake up calls. And then once I get through those, then I check my my email and the MLSP blog and the official site, just to kind of get an idea of what's going on, you know, and what's coming up. And then I start doing the 5x5 that Bert talks about and has taught me, and looking for in Facebook. That's my main strategy, is Facebook. And then I do the 5x5, and then one other webinar. I think it might have been Mark Lalonde. I add to that by posting in or going out and commenting in groups on about 30 new people, 20 to 30 new people each day. And then the rest of the day, as they come up, you respond to them and trying to build up your list that way. So so that's going on. And then what I move into after I've done that is starting to do some actual ads on my fan page. So I'm in a position where, you know, there's no ego here. I just need to get money coming in. And so Bert taught me a technique that I'm trying out, and seems to be working, where I add for-profit campaigns throughout the day, just to see which ones work, and then keep track of that. And
is that what's going into the groups?
Yeah. Well, I will put them into the, mainly they're on my fan page, but I will also put a few in the groups. I sporadically do that, because right now with Twist Your List, that Diane's course talks about, is we just do the cut and paste kinds of things in the groups with the system commands or system campaigns. So I'm kind of sporadic on throwing in some for-profit campaigns in the groups.
Now we started the syndication group with the fan pages. Have you seen your reach go up?
I have. It's probably quadrupled. And that was the other thing. I'm glad you mentioned that. The other things I do, I try and do this twice a day, where I will go into the syndication group and go and comment on the groups I need to go and comment on, as well as my own, and do that twice a day.
I think it really helps. I would, you know, the people in the syndication group itself are not going to do your profit campaigns. So
right,
everybody that's in the groups, you know, throw in some other things every now and again, quotes and stuff. Give us something to really comment, and then we can like the other stuff and make a small comment, but give us something to put some meat into the comments, instead of just profit campaigns. Not a criticism, just an idea for everybody that is in the syndication groups.
Right.
And since over in the chat, I think everybody that's over there is in the group. You guys, heed me, please. We might as well use the time wisely, right?
Right. And that's the other thing I'm doing too, is I'll put out a daily inspirational quote or video or something like that. You know, after I like to listen to Les Brown and Tony Robbins and out of the two main ones, and then I'll find short videos or a quote that I'll put in on a daily basis too, sometimes twice. You know, and because it really jacks me up, pumps me up. So I hope it does that to other folks as well.
I think it does. So speaking of inspiration, and I do meditation too, by the way. I think it's a very good way to calm yourself and center yourself. But what books are you reading?
Well, I have read a bunch of um, self-help real estate books is what I've done mostly. And since I got hooked up with MLSP, I've mainly gone to self-help videos online or posts or things like that. So I haven't really picked up a marketing book per se, but I'm reading a lot online.
So let's see, were you in real estate investment in 2008 when it crashed?
I was, and luckily for me, I only had one property that at that time, and the renters still stayed, and so it didn't affect me that much. Well, I'll take that back. It affected me a little bit because as far as getting more properties, that I did not do because of that affected me with the crash because you know there wasn't too many good deals out there, and if there were good deals, there wasn't too many buyers because they they were afraid.
I was an agent at that time, so
Yeah, I'm a real
I know.
estate agent too. However, it's I'm inactive right now.
Yeah, well, my license is still in Nevada, and I did not do it down here. California doesn't recognize Nevada, so I'd have to start all over again. And I said, no.
Yeah, that's a tough process. It was tougher than I thought, but
Yeah, those tests are not easy.
no, they're not. I think I passed the national the first time, and it took me twice to do the state of Colorado's. So
Well, I passed the first time, but I guess it was because I just did so much repetition with the practice tests.
yeah, they help out a lot.
Yeah, they do. It's an exciting business. Never a dull moment when you're working with people that closely on something that's such a big purchase.
Yeah, that's true, and I can really see how relationship building is key to that. There are some folks out there that can see the good right away, and whether and just kind of blindly go into it without a relationship with anybody, but they're few and far between, I think.
So you're a new grandpa.
Yes.
Tell me about your little bundle of joy.
Well, he was born a month ago now. I can't believe he's a month old already. But he was born, I think it was about the 10th or 11th of January, and he was the firstborn of the year in the small town that my son and his wife live in. So they got a whole bunch of goodies for that. Cool. And so I went up there for a week, and all I did was hold the baby. I was the only one that could keep him from crying when he was going into a jag, but it was pretty chilly up there. What's that?
His name's Levi, right?
Yeah, his name is Levi Stephen, and to my dismay, I was really pushing hard for it to be Stephen Levi, but they decided to go the other way, which is better. It rolls off the tongue a lot easier, I think.
Lynn said that the name Levi is rare, and yet his great-grandson, who was also born in January, is named Levi.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool. It's a small world.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the internet, of course, brings everybody even closer together.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what I'm finding about the groups and our group and being an MLSP. It's not like being face to face, but I'm really surprised about how close I feel to the people that I interact with, and having never met them before, So I'm really enjoying that.
Yes. Free Daily Coaching, of course, is a small community, but we're all very, very close. But when you get on the Wednesday night webinars and you're within the big MLSP community, it still feels like you're very connected. I mean, we're family.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I feel about it too. Yeah. I mean, even on the Wednesday webinar, you know, as a fairly new guy, I can come on there and say hi, or say hi to Mark or Clive or you or anybody, Elizabeth, and you know, I get a hi back. So, you know, that's kind of unusual when you're thinking about all of the number of people that are on there.
And that chat moves so fast.
It does. It does. You gotta get in there quick.
Well, any parting thoughts for these people out here that are just getting started?
Well, I think two things. Once you get your MLSP account set up, you know, I follow the 10 steps to fire your boss. So that gives me some structure and a checklist kind of thing to follow on a daily basis. And then to get in on all the free training during the week. And then basically do what your sponsor or your mentor says to do, you know, about picking one strategy and sticking with it, and before you move on.
It all comes down to mindset and taking action.
It does.
And gratitude. I mean, I'm so thankful for the community and the people that I have met. So I would say the 3 steps are gratitude, mindset, and action.
Yeah, action is key. I'm finding that out too. Well, I knew that before in the military. You know, they kind of teach us the same kind of concept. You know, you can have all the good intentions in the world, you know, about getting something done or helping someone, but if you don't take action, it's like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, you're wasting your time.
Yep.
Well, I really want to thank you this morning for taking time with us, and I hope you've enjoyed this interview as much as I
did. I'd enjoy it, and I welcome any other time. I got my Lucky Viking shirt on, so I knew it was going to go well. And
what did I tell you to put out something like, you don't want to fumble like the Vikings?
That's it. That's it. I didn't have my shirt on when they choked, so I learned my lesson. Maybe it'll be better next year.
Well, you know, mine's Green Bay, so.
Yeah, I didn't think you were even going to have me on, you know, since you're from Green Bay and I'm from the Vikings. So.
So I don't have a horse in this race this weekend.
No, I hope, being from Colorado Springs now, I'm hoping Denver takes it. Yeah. I'd like to see Peyton get one more, because I'm not sure if he's going to be back next year.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Banged up.
I like Panthers. I think they're beautiful cats. Okay.
Yeah.
And I might have rooted for them if their quarterback wasn't such a jerk.
You know, he didn't start out that way either in the beginning of the season, but he sure has turned into one towards the end.
He's a real jackass, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll have to root for the Broncos.
All right.
I actually went to Mile High Stadium once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It's
cold.
Yeah, that's one thing. I still don't understand why they didn't make it a dome here, because it is cold. And but it's a beautiful stadium.
It is a beautiful stadium. My son is a total Raiders fan.
Uh-oh.
Total Raiders fan, and we took him to the game up there dressed head to toe in the Raiders, and I want to tell you that people were not nice to him. Yeah,
it gets pretty exciting, shall I say, in there when you got Raiders fans around you.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for showing up today. Remember, we're here Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Pacific. So until Monday, when Mr. Burt will be back, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and please be blessed. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.